Ladies and gentlemen, behold the technical marvel that is slightly bouncy tokens that illuminate when they talk.
Yes, I hope so.
So I guess we can get this show on the road. And now, having spent all that time adding you, I'm now going to hide you, Sheepy, because you're not in this scene.
Oh wait, am I hidden yet?
You're hidden in the chat. Yeah.
Oh crap. Okay.
Oh, I'm having the lag.
You're having the lag on Discord, or
No, on the stream.
There's always a lag on the stream.
Yeah.
is it watchable?
Yes, for me.
Yeah,
yes.
it's all good.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a she's the queen.
Well, you could always do it in character. Right, let's get the show on the road. Thank you very much, chat, for hanging on in with us. Much appreciated, and you're all beautiful people.
Wonderful.
Gentlemen, currently, Dagmore and Gaspard, you are in a coach. You've been travelling for the best part of a day. The opposite side, you have young Eliza, young one-legged Eliza, laying there with a light fever and glow to her, although she seems to be peacefully resting. The coach journey is relatively smooth, but long. It's a fine coach. There's food, there's ale. And by the end of the day, you arrive with different terrain in your surroundings. Who sat by the window?
I'd let Gaspard have the window.
Sure. Yes.
Trick question.
I like the surroundings.
There is a window on each side. Gentlemen, you both see mountains in your surroundings. Unfamiliar mountains. The trees are not the pine trees of Reichland that you're used to from the Reichwald. They carry with them an altogether different character. And strangely, the air is not freezing cold anymore. There is no bitter wind. If anything, you're hot, you're warm, muggy, it's humid. Fairly pleasant if one weren't wearing a thick winter coat. The cart pulls to a stop, though, before you're able to comment on the matter. And the coachman bangs on the hood a few times above you. Gentlemen, we have arrived.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, you're stuffy in here, I say, tugging at my collar.
Yes, the weather is somewhat more temperate here. Please, one temple of Shalia awaits you. You should find them most welcoming.
Oh, the Temple of Shalia.
Yes, hopefully they can take care of your friend.
Mon petit. I will carry you inside.
Let me get the door, I say as I reach over and swing it open, hop out first, and hold the door for him.
Merci, mon ami.
Your belongings are in the trunk on the back. Please take the whole trunk. I wouldn't mind another one.
I'll grab her.
Marvellous. And if you would be so kind as to repay the favour of your fare, my daughter sponsors a child, an orphan here. If you could perhaps check on her welfare.
Yeah, bien sûr. What is her name?
Rosa.
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 Okay.
Unmistakable. Gentlemen, I shall bid you adieu.
Adieu.
Thank you, sir. Been most hospitable.
With the crack of the whip, the coach starts pulling away. And you're faced with a very unusual sight. Mountains. Lots of mountains.
Tell
And a
me,
very large temple.
Dagmar.
What's that?
How long have we been in the coach?
Oh, a few hours.
But I don't know. Should it be? I'm hot, and where's all the snow?
Yeah, when you say it's hot, I grab again at my collar. This time I start undoing the buttons. Shit, you're right. Maybe, maybe I had a change in the weather, or maybe it's something to do with that damn witch. Maybe it's something keeping it cold there, with a blizzard and what have you.
Perhaps.
There are two
As long as
individuals.
it's not something
Apologies.
keeping it warm here.
There
How's
are
that?
two people in this courtyard currently looking at you. And a third
Let's go
approaching.
Let's go over there.
I'll give you a choice, as each of them is in a separate direction, one to your left, one to your right, and the one heading straight for you from dead ahead. To your left is a rather plain-looking but pretty woman, dark hair. She wears a light-coloured blouse. She's holding a bunch of flowers at the moment. To your right is more of a hunched-over widow, you would assume, with such a face. Scrunched up and scouring at you. And dead ahead, a well-dressed man tiptoeing down the steps of this apparent temple, being rather delicate with his footsteps.
Well, I want to get Petit in the inside as quickly as possible. So I think that Monsieur over there, he is a priest of sorts.
Could be. Really trying not to make eye contact with that lady off on our left. She's got
right.
flowers, gonna sell some damn. That's more Elgie speed than mine.
Man approaches.
Oh, gentlemen, welcome. You've come just in time.
Time for what?
His hands dance and flicker theatrically for a moment, as if he can't think of the word, but the hands somehow are saying it.
That, of course. Please, come inside. I see you are with... Is she in need of help?
Vraiment, yes.
Please, we have everything needed. You have come to the right place. St. Augustine's will be more than happy to have 3 in the infirmary. Please.
Oui.
He starts reaching for the case.
May I?
I look at Gaspard. May he?
Sure. Everything of value is on my person, so.
Alright. I shrug and I hand it to him.
He bows and gives you a more formal welcome afterwards, at least with his body language, and takes the trunk from you and somewhat awkwardly drags it sort of between his 2 legs. It's a heavy trunk. And it's got God knows what inside of it. Gaspard, you make your way with the dwarf to the temple. At the front, as you approach and arrive close, one thing that does capture one's attention is a painting on the outer stonework to Shalia. A picture of the goddess with a few doves.
Look at Dagmart. That is
Look at what?
our blessed Shalia. He makes a holy sign or whatever. I forgot what it was for Shalia, but
A dove is one option.
I think but they also do a cross. I think.
Yeah, a cross over the heart.
Yep. Yeah.
Is,
That's what he does.
It would be known to you. He smiles in response.
Gentlemen, is this your first time visiting Tilia?
Wow.
Visiting her now?
Tilia? The
Are you?
mountains, the scenery, the wine, the pirates.
You mean Kislev or somewhere around there, right?
He just sort of pauses, looks at you, and then
I'm reaching,
mumbles to himself.
I'm reaching into my bag and I'm pulling out my map and checking it, and I'm looking for Tilia. How far is this from Kislev on my map?
There's nothing on your map that says Tilia.
I looked up to Gaspard, very confused expression.
Yeah, Tilia is miles away. I mean, at least weeks away from where we should. I do not
Gentlemen,
understand.
if you are having problems with your memory, do not worry. I'm sure that a blessing here or there and all will be clear. Please, please, please.
And
Sure. After you, sir, I say, and I put a hand out to stop Gaspard for a moment.
Yes. What is it?
And as soon as he takes a step away to go in, I'll say to Gaspard, I think he might be a bit touched in the head, so watch yourself around him.
You might have a point. I mean, Shalia is also known for taking care of the, how you say, the insane.
Oh, so you think he might be one of her residents wandering about and got lost?
Maybe
Somebody's
got
probably in there looking for him.
Probably, yes. Okay, let's take care of it. So. Monsieur, come, let's go in now.
donk,
Yep.
donk, donk, goes the case as he goes up the stairs. You are welcome
Be careful
inside.
of that.
Inside is, you're on the upper floor now, as the entrance is actually on the second floor.
Gentlemen, it's quiet, a little more empty than it used to be. We've had to sell a few things to keep going. You know how it is, tough times and all of that.
Ah, naturellement, oui.
Always are.
Not so many patrons up in the montagnes.
Of course. And Gaspar is just nodding as you would to a child that's making up stories.
Okay.
I'm doing much the same.
If you please, I'll get one of the priests to more formally welcome you into family.
Oh, yes, that would be a good idea. Thank you, my fellow.
Sure. And just let us know if you need us to find someone for you. You need water or anything.
Okay. A rather stern-looking lady is stood within the doorway. He turns to face, jumping out of his skin for a moment, startled by her, but quickly calms himself. You get the impression this man's startled by many things in life, and fetches her.
Ciao. Welcome to the temple.
Welcome. I mean, good day.
Howdy.
She points to the clerk and points to the child.
Yes, of course, I'll prepare.
He rushes off. There is a knock at the door behind you. Odd. There was no cart behind you. The sister tentatively opens. At which point we have a individual stood there. An individual whose appearance I will allow him to reveal himself. Cheide. What is before this nun?
So you see a very fairly thin, quite tall, and reasonably young looking man. He probably wouldn't be dressed in furs, would he?
It could be decorative, I guess.
Yeah, dressed quite simply, and with just like a very thin whisper of a kind of beard, mustache, goatee.
She looks you dead in the eye for a moment. Cold expression she has, as well as a scar over her right eye from her forehead to the corner of her mouth.
Are you here for a blessing?
No. I've just arrived actually, and having a look around. And I actually do also kind of peer past her around.
Okay. She almost obstructs the way awkwardly for a second. Not much of a charmer, safe to say. She does step to the side, though, somewhat graciously, after giving you a thorough evaluation.
Please, help yourself. Do not bother any in the infirmary, though, but perhaps you could entertain some of them. Please,
Madame, before I forget, Dagmar, what was the girl's name we look after? Rosie?
Rosa, I think it was.
Yes, the coach driver asked us to look into a protege, I believe it was, of his daughter, a girl by the name of Rosa.
If it were possible for a sad and stoic-looking person to sloop any further, she does. Her head drops to the floor almost as she makes a cross over her heart.
no presente.
Oh.
She turns to leave at this point and is confronted in the doorway by another priest, this one wearing white, the more token apparel, leaving the three of you somewhat awkwardly hanging for a second. When these two individuals meet, they pause, they bow a little bit. The woman then slaps the man the side of the cheek with a firm strike. He pauses, no expression on his face, and in response, the same to her. Peculiar. A slap. Firm. They both bow, and the man enters instead, seemingly giving her a few instructions.
I do a roll
Sure.
to see if that is something I would recognize. A ritual.
I just assume they're Bretonian or something.
I'll say there's enough of an awkwardness in the air to account for the fact that strangers walked in and yet something even stranger has happened. I would say, yeah, roll me your roll, dear sir.
Oh, that was average, by the way.
That is fine. You are Bretonian and somewhat geographically closer. You've heard of Chilean slappers. They are a subcult of Shalia. They tend to be a miserable bunch and have a particular habit of inflicting a little bit of pain on each other, as they believe a little bit of suffering is how one pays their respect to the goddess of mercy.
Dagmar, I fear that we will be getting plenty of rest, but not much relaxation, because these Shalians are of a particular breed, and I doubt that we will get any, how you say, delectables such as the wine here.
Well, all I need's a tall glass of ale. I can do just fine without wine.
The gentleman
If they have
enters.
any-
Apologies, but he sort of brushes through you in a little bit of a rush, interrupting you mid-sentence, and then motions to the three of you.
Un momento, por favor. I will bring us some wine now. Are the three of you together?
Me and Gaspard here, we're together. I say, pointing at him.
I did not catch your name, monsieur. I gesture at the newly arrived gentleman. From outside, I mean.
Oh, my name is Dietlef.
Very nice to meet you, but yeah, so we are two separate parties.
Well, I will fetch you some wine. Perhaps the clerk can give you a tour together, if you do not mind.
Well, okay, there is no sitting on the nails or the slapping in the face for drinking the wine, is there? Because, just to be sure, I mean...
Oh, somebody try to slap me in the face, they're gonna get backhanded.
I know of... back home we had a strict Shalian order, and for every pleasure they took, they also endured some discomfort. And I would just wish to know beforehand if you would impose such strictures on your guests as well.
Sister Marguerite, she inflicts the slap on the priests, not on the patrons. It is how
up, then, eh?
we worship. Please, m'excuse.
As he opens a cabinet and pours out what could almost be considered a thimble of wine. Perhaps a small port glass.
Please, I will get to the clerk. Un momento.
He leaves the three of you.
What kind of bullshit glasses are those?
I don't know. Just have a taste, huh? I mean, he chugs it in one go.
I do the same.
Okay.
I slam it back down.
No need for rolls. It's tasty. Roll
About the
me
size for a halfling.
challenging perception, please, Gaspard.
Perception. I will use my little grey cells for this perception roll.
And does our new arrival partake in any wine, or is he...
He holds it, and his eye on the other two, who are, I guess, drinking it.
Gaspard, you've been found at the bottom of many bottle, and this one is a slight odd odour to it, but something different about it, but difficult to exactly put your pin on. Perhaps a little bit of charcoal mixed in. Back to you.
This is a somewhat peculiar bouquet.
I'm smacking my lips and saying, tastes just like home. Well, if we had wine, really.
I suspect you. Now,
You two gentlemen. Sorry, I gave my name, but I didn't ask if you had names.
oh, excusez, my name is Gaspard de Languille. I am from Bretonia. Nice to meet you. And he takes off his hat and does a nice bow, lavish.
And I pause a moment and say, Dagmord Goldgut. I cross my arms, kind of corking a brow at him, looking him up and down.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you both. My name is Dietlef Jonker. I just got into. I just arrived here. Have you been here long?
No, we just arrived ourselves. In fact, we arrived by coach. Maybe you've seen us on the road?
I don't think I did, actually.
That's peculiar. Must come opposite direction.
But tell me, monsieur, I am a bit confused because the man at the door said we were in Tilia, and then It's going not be, so we laughed a bit, but so far I've met a couple of people that speak in Chilean accents, so perhaps you can help us with our localization.
Might all just be soft in the head, really.
No, you are indeed in Telia, yes. Where do you believe you are?
Yesterday not even yesterday, we were in Kislev, up in the mountains, way east. I mean, it's not possible.
Really?
Yep.
This is very disturbing, Dagmar.
You telling me?
Maybe it is the after effect of the witch's spell, but he looks kind of sad into his empty glass, wishing he had more at this point.
Oh, sorry. I'm not going to drink this. Would you like mine?
Oh, thank you very much, monsieur. That leave it was?
Be careful offering this one any more drink than you have to. Deetlef, he's a bit of a fish when it comes to drinking.
I must say, it is a strange bouquet. Nothing I ever tasted, but it is invigorating at least. No, maybe. What do you
Y'all
make of what? Sorry.
Y'all didn't happen to see where he put that bottle, did you?
No.
Yeah, did we see where he put the bottle, or did he walk off with it?
Cabinet in the corner of the room.
Is there anybody looking at it?
No, you're alone in the room.
I'm gonna go to that cabinet and see if I can get that drink.
Okay. Gonna It's open.
I will.
There's
open it
a
and,
couple of bottles. Different shaped bottles to what you're used to. They're curvy, and it's probably somewhat upsetting to a dwarf size.
Does either of them say wine on the bottle? Or their labels?
Well, both of them are red. So, hopefully it's not blood.
I will take one bottle, and I will. I guess I'll. Are they corked?
Yes.
I'll pop the cork on one, lean over, and give it a sniff.
It's wine.
Okay, and I'll check the other. You know, nah. I'm getting greedy. I'll just leave the other one. I'll take the one that smells like wine and say, Gaspar, look what I got. And I'm shaking the bottle up over my head, left to right in my hand. I walk back over and I say, more drinks for us, and I pour him another little shot glass and do the same for myself.
Now, don't you think it's odd that the coachman asked us to look into this Rosa and she's not here? I mean, is he mistaken or?
Well, the woman that we asked, the expression she gave, I ain't too familiar with Tillen customs, but let's just say she looked like, well, I don't think that Rosa girl's among the living, and I think she knew it. So
That is what I feared.
sounds like right place, wrong time.
Perhaps. No, Monsieur Ditlev, Ditlov?
Deetlef.
Ditlov. Excuse. What is your, what brings you to this place, this monastery?
Oh, me? Well, I was charged by my master to come and investigate some rumors in the area. So I came to a place where I'd be likely to find people who might know what's going on.
Okay. It sounds.
When you say rumors, let me. It ain't got nothing to do with a witch, does it?
No. Just.
Thank God.
Well, we're fine then. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. Then.
No. I don't think we'd be wanting to deal with that type of thing. No, just apparitions. Possibly the dead wandering around, that type of thing.
Who cares?
Tap, tap, tap on the door. Delicate and light touch. It creaks open, and the more eloquent of the eyes that first greeted you pokes a head in.
I put the wine bottle behind my back.
Flowers? Oh, sorry. Thought you were the priests. Hi.
Nope.
With 3 new faces. Oh, welcome. Oh,
Good day.
and a dwarf. All things.
What of it?
Oh no! I'm not to cast a judgment. I like dwarfs personally. We used to have one here. He left to go. He went to go live underground. He was our blacksmith for a while, but between you and me, I don't think he liked the walking quite so much.
Sounds like a damn good decision on his part. Can't wait to get some stone over my head again myself.
Yes. She smiles and clearly finds you somewhat amusing, but she certainly has a charm to her and a less patronising tone. I am Martina, herbalist, flower picker extraordinaire, but not tonight, but I have some for those in the infirmary. Perhaps you could give them.
Yeah, naturellement. Sure.
There's a rather fresh old man down there. I'd rather not. Last time he pinched my bottom, and I don't want to knock him out, so some lavender. Perhaps it'll make him smell better, at least.
Yeah, if he pinches my bottom, I can assure you I will knock him out.
You're funny.
Weren't joking, but if you say so, ma'am.
And you're very quiet, sir. Looking at Dietlev.
I was merely observing what was going on.
Keen eyes, I can see.
So you pick flowers for the injured and sick?
Yes. Herbalist and the sorts. So, basic. I know. I know what you're thinking. There's not a lot of flowers in the mountains of Tilia, but the question you should ask is, why would someone be in the middle of the mountains alone at a temple of Shalia? And you'll find most of us, it's because we want to be alone. Somewhere remote. And this is as good as any.
Right.
A pleasure. Gives you a sort of half curtsy, somewhat brief, but an eloquent lady, and a curtsy you wouldn't expect of someone of her station, at least, and manners as well.
But a nice lady.
Yeah, seemed fine enough.
She leaves, and a clerk arrives once more.
Gentlemen, please, I have been tasked with the tour. If you would follow me.
Ah, good. Yes. No, I don't know much about this place, but is there any chance of a lodging here, or?
Oh yes. Well, some of the few things we haven't sold yet are the beds. Last to go.
Good.
You know, where's our things? I ask, taking a look around. Referencing the trunk before that he'd taken.
Points like to his side. It's somewhat in the in the shadows, lurking, as there's only a candle light here currently. On that note, Deedlev, for you this will be most obvious. It's very poorly lit in here. Very poorly lit.
Yeah.
The other two have good eyesight, one would say, in the dark, but for yourself it's certainly not a practical level of lighting, and you couldn't even see the trunk until it was pointed to you.
If you will, if there are any questions, I'm more than happy to oblige. I'm at one with all the goss.
Sure. Well, lead the way, and we will follow.
Yep.
Okay.
Please, the southeast wing.
Points to an archway and leads the way.
I'm afraid not the most interesting of tours. We sold everything here 2 months ago, I believe. Lacking on funds. Was it 3? More like 3, I would say. Empty, I'm afraid, but if one had some spare coin to put in one's penny jar, then perhaps we would.
Every time he talks, his hands dance at twice the tempo that his vocal cords do. You would assume he's a theatre goer or something of the sort. An actor, maybe. Kind of unsettling. At least 2-3 stoics. There are moments where you think he may have your eye with a finger if you were to stand too close.
Just very quickly, did any, was someone given the flowers, or were they kind of, left?
I will say they have been...
Didn't she ask us to bring them?
I'll say they can either be on the table, or one of you can have them. Your choice.
Well, then Gaspar probably has them.
Yeah.
Okay. You smell like lavender.
Is Gaspard currently carrying Eliza?
She was...
He was taken.
Taken to
okay.
rest.
Cool. My apologies.
Please, I can assure you the rest is far more interesting. But the one has to be thorough with the tour.
Yes. Where are the patients?
The lower floor, the upper, of course, as one can tell.
As he is walking into the other wing, the top floor of the temple is effectively open to the elements. There are a number of archways that all face into the central courtyard. There is, in the corner, a couple of folded tables and chairs that remain, and one lowly and lonely cupboard.
Again, we had to sell most of it, but things are picking up, at least. We've had a flurry of business recently.
You do not get much, donations?
Not for a while. The political dramas, being in the mountains and competition is stiff. Not many willing to journey. one thinks we might be forgotten.
Ah, yes.
Your patients you're talking about, are they sick of body or sick of mind?
Both, mainly, but most would come here for the cure of the physical ailments, although some certain anxieties can be, of course, cured through prayer, and the sacramento, as they call it, is a particularly popular amenity of ours. People do enjoy it.
Well, I trust y'all are gonna take good care of that young girl that old Gaspar here was carrying that we brought in, because she is kin of his.
For a moment, his hand finally stops shaking.
All of our patients do well.
Oh, bon.
I pause a second at that and say, well, I didn't mean to infer that they didn't, sir. My apologies.
No
Also,
problem. Yes, sir.
excuse me, but I was wondering, you said that in the last couple of months business has been picking up?
Oh, yes. Shalia seems to have heard our prayers, of course. We're struggling financially with this,
And sort of just gestures to all the empty space.
and so we have been praying a little harder, and as of recent, some of those prayers have been answered. To begin with, a man who had been decrepit with brokenness of his legs gained the strength to walk. It was a miracle, and we had not had a miracle in some years. So this was truly a sign.
Yes, and how did that miracle occur?
It was all of a sudden, I believe,
Right.
but gradual at the same time. He was in the infirmary. He had been praying here for, I think, 2 weeks, and then I think it was myself, and I thought I'd misspoke, and I said to the gentleman, please, no need to give me a standing ovation or some awkward faux pas, and he stood.
Right.
The goddess of mercy does, of course, provide when one asks and one is devout enough.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And since that, or since the... I mean, have there been any more miraculous healings? Or...
I would say more in line with what a reputable and honourable Temple of Shalia might be offering. So some have been coming here seeking courage, or they wish to be free from their demons, and some leave with that clarity within their mind. There's probably been 15 in the past month. We currently have a real, 2 characters downstairs. One
Right.
is some sort of witch hunter, or hunter of something extraordinary.
I visibly straighten up just a little bit at the words witch hunter.
Yeah. Visibly uncomfortable.
But I don't say anything.
The other is, unfortunately, as mad as a box of hats, but, one does not choose one's patrons, and one must be merciful.
I suppose.
He
Okay.
kisses his fingers and points them towards the mural to Shalia that's still visible from up here.
Any more questions? One does seem to be interested. It is nice to have educated company.
No, that's it. Please carry on with the for.
Yes,
Yes?
how many priests are here today?
2. We had to let some of the others go on pilgrimages as we could not afford to feed them.
Okay.
We kept... oh, yes?
Actually, I'm assuming you work here,
Oh, yes, I am the clerk.
and you're paid for your troubles.
Oh, I'm paid in forgiveness, primarily, and mercy, but I have a bit of wine from time to time, and I have a bed.
Okay. Carry on.
Gaspar shakes his head and mumbles. These religious nuts. This is exactly why I left Bretonia.
Most obvious to Dietrich, this man is... His courtesy is out of sync with his station, so to speak. It's no role necessary, yet because you're of similar social classes, perhaps, or you have mingled with such, there is a jank. Something is skewed.
A little bit off, yeah.
Yeah, he seems to treat you more like one would treat a golden upper-class civilian.
Please, suivez-moi, I believe it is in Bretonia.
Oh, you speak a little Bretonian. Very good.
On a petite, please.
Très bien, très bien.
And he takes you to the southeast. Not quite. Saving the best till last, clearly. No, southeast. This does take you through a locked door, but
normally we do not do a tour of the priest's facilities, but this is where I may be found in the hours of dark.